to JoJo's Corner. Today I'm so excited to bring you guys another book review. It's Angel Eyes by Shannon Dittemore. And I'm going to go ahead and read the back for you guys so you'll know what it's about. It says, Brielle went to the city to chase her dreams and found tragedy instead. She's come home to shabby little Stratus, Oregon to live with her grief and her guilt and an incredible numbing cold she can't seem to shake. Jake is the new guy at school, the boy next door with burning hands and an unbelievable gift that targets him for corruption. Something more than fate has brought them together. An evil bigger than both of them lurks in the shadows nearby, hiding in plain sight. Two angels stand guard, unsure what's going to happen, and a beauty brighter than either Brielle or Jake has ever seen is calling them to join the battle in a realm where all human choices begin. A realm that only angels and demons and Brielle can perceive. I'm going to show you the cover again because I think it's a beautiful cover. It's Angel Eyes by Shannon Dittemore. I really enjoyed this book. Basically, I heard about this book on a Christian fiction book website. I read the synopsis and I thought it sounded really interesting. I was going to wait until the 29th to read this book because that's when it came out. It was May 29th. But I was in my local Lifeway store and saw it there on the shelf for sale, like the weekend of Mother's Day, and I was like, it's for sale, and of course I bought it. And so I started reading it immediately, and I read the prologue in the truck to my husband, and it was so cool. I mean, the prologue was like, what an awesome way to start the book. Really good. And then just getting into chapter 1, getting into Brielle's character, it's just, the writing style was so good. You could literally, it's like the smells, the sounds, the sights of Brielle's world just came to you, and like, it was like amazing. I was really pleased with this. I had really high expectations for the book, for the storyline and everything, and I think that the expectations I had were just totally surpassed. It was so good. I really loved the characters, like from the beginning. The main character, Brielle, I just immediately took a liking to her. The story starts out where she's coming from city life back to small town life, and you can just feel the weight of that, of going to the city to fulfill your dreams and failing and having to come back to the small town and face everybody, face everything that you left behind. This book addressed a lot of spiritual topics, a lot of questions, like for example, it addressed the question, why does a good God allow bad things to happen? You know, that's a question that a lot of skeptics, a lot of doubters, even a lot of Christians struggle with, is believing and having faith in a good God who seems like lets bad things happen, you know. I really liked how the author just addressed it in the book and sort of answered that question. There was a quote from the book that I really liked, and basically Jake, the male lead character, said this. He said, sometimes we aren't the main characters in the story. Sometimes we get to be the hero. It's the things we do in quiet, the things we do when nobody's looking, when nobody's listening, that reveal who we truly are, if we're a hero or if we're a villain, you know. But I just really thought that was a cool quote. I loved the relationship development in the story. Getting to see little hints of romance and the friendship between the characters growing and developing. I thought that was really good. In chapter 37, Jake and Brielle have a conversation about faith. It's a conversation that we need to have with people. You know, there's people in our lives that we've had that conversation with, and I think it's really cool to see it just put out there in the book. I enjoyed the action in the book. There wasn't just the romantic aspect, there was also the action. It was just written really well, just vividly written, where you could easily see it played out before you on the pages of the book. An analogy that the author used to describe fear in the book, a black tar-like substance that just sort of oozes from you, gets on everything, pulls you back, and it keeps you just, you know, down. Fear, it's exactly like that. Chapter 39 was so beautiful. Just gave me glory bumps, we call them. Yeah, so that was beautiful. On the back of the book, there's a little blurb at the top. It says, once you've seen, you can't unsee. And it's about seeing into the celestial realm, the spirit world. Another part of once you've seen, you can't unsee in this storyline, without giving too much away, is just seeing an injustice in the world. You know, once you've seen, you have to make a choice. And if you're silent, if you're still, and you just don't do anything, you've made a choice. Or if you choose to act and you choose to stand up for what's right and to do the brave thing, be the hero, then you've made a choice as well. And that's just kind of just one of the themes from this book. It's such a good read because there's so many things you can talk about, you know, in this book. So many things it brings out. It's fiction, but still, you know, I think good stories get good conversations going. To me, this story is about losing loved ones. It's about guilt over things in the past, and how do you get over that? How do you let it go? It's a story about forgiveness, faith, and believing in a good God who sometimes lets bad things happen. A story of brokenness, of restoration, angels and demons. It's a story of love and a story of hope. This book is definitely gonna make my top 12 picks of 2012. But also, I'm excited to tell you guys that the second book in this series is going to be releasing in February, and there's a little advertisement in the back. Broken Wings, yay! So I can't wait for that. I'm so looking forward to finding out where the story goes from here, because of course it leaves us hanging, and in a good way though. And so I'm really excited to see where the story goes and how it develops and what happens. And there's a big question about a box and a ring and some stuff that I need to know, like now. So looking forward to that. And I have to say that in this book, and I know you guys are going to be like, okay. But as I was reading the book, this is just for me, you know, I could totally picture the main character as the girl, the cover model. So I like when I can do that. I know that's weird, but yeah, I like, because as I'm reading, I'll look to the front and I'll look at her and be like, just imagine the character doing things that's written. I know I'm weird, but yeah, I could totally picture her in the story. And I know that's weird, but sometimes when I'm reading and there's a cover model on the front, it's not who I picture. But with this, I did. I totally did. I totally pictured her as Brielle and as Jake. And I know you're going to be like... Anyway, though, as Jake, I kept picturing in my mind Taylor Lautner. Can't help it. Sorry. There it is. It's just the way it is, people. Okay? Yeah, he was my Jake. That's all. Yeah, nothing more to say. I highly recommend this book for you guys. Go check it out. It's so good. Angel Eyes by Shannon Dittemore. So from JoJo's Corner, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you've read this book, please leave your comments below. If you're thinking of reading it, you're in for some good stuff. So from JoJo's Corner, happy reading. Bye.